So Moses and Aaron decided they would obey God. They went all the way back to Egypt, and this meant that Pharaoh was in big, big trouble.
Oy vey, it sure stinks to be a slave.
You can say that again.
Oy vey, now you got me doing it.
The Lord has sent me. He has heard your cries.
Well, you guys go ahead. It's not like you can make anything worse for us slaves.
You're telling me.
And you know what? If you go looking, Pharaoh will throw you both in prison.
Yeah, he'll have you sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark night.
In a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock.
Awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shot.
From a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block.
Did he just say a dull, dark dock?
With a lifelong lock. A short, sharp shot.
On a big black block.
Listen, God has commanded us to go, and we will go.
Go ahead. It's not like you can make anything worse, like I just said.
You're telling me, oy vey, it sure stinks to be a slave.
Let's not start that again.
O Pharaoh, king of Upper and Lower Egypt.
2 men seek audience of your godly goodness.
Who are these guests that requires my greatest magicians to announce?
One calls himself Moses, and the second's his brother Aaron.
They claim to be emissaries of the God of the slaves.
Moses? Is this the Moses that fled my country in my youth?
We've not heard of him.
That Moses is dead. That can't be right.
Pharaoh is always right.
My apologies, living God of Egypt.
Shall we throw them out?
No. Show them in. I must see them in from this slave's God. You! But you're dead!
I feel surprisingly well for a dead man. God has sent me to free the people of Israel.
You dare insult Pharaoh? If I say you are dead, you shall be dead. Son, go tell the guards to come immediately.
Yes, Father.
See, that's the kind of glib comment that makes me sure I should do the talking. So zip it. Zip it good.
You left, Moses, and you should have stayed gone. I don't need you anymore. Once I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never rule without you by my side. But I spent most every night thinking how you did me wrong. But I grew strong, and I learned to carry on. And now you're back from past the Nile. You just walked in to find me with that face that is so vile. I should have changed you up back then. I should have never let you leave. If I'd known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. So go now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who always tried to hurt me with desire? Think I'd crumble? Think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as there are gods of Egypt, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got pyramids to build. I will survive. Hey, hey. Took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Kept trying hard to find the nose upon my broken heart. I used to spend most every night feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry. But now I hold my crown up high, and now you see somebody new. I'm not that second in command who always needed you. And you feel like dropping in and then expect me to set you free. I expect for all my slaves to stay and work for me. So go now, go. Walk out the door. You just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who always tried to hurt me with desire? Think I'd crumble? Think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as there are gods of Egypt, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got pyramids to build. I will survive. Hey, hey, I will survive.
Pharaoh, please allow the people of Israel to go into the desert for 3 days to sacrifice to our God.
Who is this God? 3 days of no work? Sounds like a bunch of lazy slaves to me.
Lazy? They're the ones out there building your pyramids while you sit here on your throne, and you call them the lazy ones?
I'll teach you something about hard work, slave. Tell them they must continue to make bricks. But from now on, I won't provide any straw.
Don't do this evil thing. We only ask to go worship our God. The Lord will look upon you and judge you for how you treat us.
Your God is nothing compared to Anubis and Bast and Ra. My God controls the Nile, the animals, the sun. Your God controls what? A bunch of lazy slaves making bricks without straw. Now go!
Oy vey, it sure stinks to be a slave. You can say that again. Oy vey, it sure stinks to be a slave. And now, we're making bricks without straw, and it's all your fault, Moses. Yeah. In my day, we used to walk up hills both ways to make bricks with straw, and that's the way we liked it. No, we loved it.
Now we're slaves with impossible work to do.
The Lord has commanded me to do these things, and it's brought about all this trouble.
If the Lord were so good, why is there so much bad happening?
Oh, you mean other than being slaves?
Oy vey, it sure stinks to be a...
Quiet. If you just had faith, we could rise up tonight and leave this place.
Look, I would love to sit around and have a philosophical debate about the nature of God, but I have plenty of work to do. Perhaps if you'd have been a slave, you'd understand the meaning of the word work.
Yeah!
Okay, Moses. We're doing what God asked. Don't worry. We'll get through this.
But if that stuffed shirt of a Pharaoh would only listen to me, I would...
You know, that's another thing. From now on, I do all the talking. I'm afraid you only make things worse.
I know, Aaron, but I know God's will. I just can't get it out right.
Moses, you have to be able to speak to the culture you're in. Or even the best of good news won't be heard. Let me tell you how to speak to a guy like Pharaoh.
Learn how to speak to Pharaoh, so he will free your people.
Our God's gonna make it vile.
Aaron will speak to Pharaoh for Moses, yes, he'll speak for Moses.
He'll feel a new sensation when our God shows his might. He'll feel a malediction when we turn that day to night. I'll take all your mutters and I'll speak them out real plain. I'll take all your crazy words so we don't sound insane. Like bricks without straw grain. Come on, I'll get your words right out. Digging the words of Moses. The stutter and stammer like a clown. Digging the words of Moses. My lips are scripture like poetry in motion. We'll wear that Pharaoh down.
Learn how to speak to Pharaoh, so he will free your people.
Get even for when all our little boys were slain. Once we are set free from here, we'll never be the same. Yes, we cried out in pain. Come on, I'll get your words right out. Digging the words of Moses. The stutter and stammer like a clown. Digging the words of Moses. My lips are scripture like poetry in motion. Pharaoh down. Speaking the words of Moses. Speaking the words of Moses. Speaking the words of Moses.
Speak to Pharaoh for Moses, yes. Speak to Moses.
Gotta speak for Moses. I gotta speak.
Oh, Pharaoh, king of Upper and Lower Egypt.
Moses and his brother have returned and seek audience.
Show the slaves in.
Tell him to let our people go.
Let me do the talking.
Oh, lofty Pharaoh.
King of Upper and Lower Egypt.
Finally, a little respect from these slaves.
Our God has sent us again to speak with you. For surely only the emissary from a God could be worthy to speak with you.
What you say is true. I am pretty sweet.
Pharaoh, our God wishes his people to be set free.
Who is this God of yours? If this God of the slaves is true, perform for me a sign.
As you command.
Staff into the snake trick.
Not bad. But we can do it with a little more style. What are the magic words?
Ready? Yeah.
Snakey bobeki!
Slither in, slither out.
See? My magicians can do what you can do.
Wait, behold the power of our God.
Our snake is eating your Pharaoh.
One trick. That's nothing.
Behold.
You need to have that looked at.
Look at this water from the Nile.
That is nothing. I've seen such tricks before. My magicians can do those tricks. Make for me a snake to eat his snake.
Oh, well, if we had just a little more time.
Silence! Are you not smarter than a fifth grader? How is it you can do these tricks that my magicians cannot?
Because our God is more powerful than your God, Pharaoh. Watch. Give me that.
Well, this would be nice if my snake weren't so shiny. I know not everybody has got me a dream, but I gotta think twice before I give my tricks away. Till I know all the gangsters play, cause I play them too. Oh, but I need some time on from this illusion. I can even pick my staff up off the floor.
We say, can't help but think of yesterday. We don't listen to your rules. No.
that foolish notion where you think you can't be held for more, but you gotta have faith. Oh, you gotta have faith. Yes, you gotta have faith to faith to faith. Oh, you gotta have faith to faith to faith.
Who is this God of yours? I have not heard of him.
We've already told you, Pharaoh. Our God is the Lord God, Yahweh.
You expect me to believe that this God, Yahweh, is more powerful than all the gods of Egypt?
Our God is the one true God.
Your God is more powerful than Osiris, God of the Nile.
Our God created the Nile and all rivers.
And what of Ra, the God of the sun?
Our God created the sun, and He set its movements in place in the sky.
And you expect me to believe that your God is more powerful even than Anubis, God of the dead?
Pharaoh, our God is more powerful than all of your gods.
If this were true, I'd be your slave. Anybody can say their God is powerful. If your God is so powerful, perform for me some sign.
I warn you not to bring this upon yourself.
Bring what? I've already seen your snake thing. What else do you have left in your bag of tricks?
Pharaoh, there's no need to feel down. I said, Pharaoh, take a look all around. I said, Pharaoh, a plague has come to our town. There's a need to be unhappy. Blood in the N-I-L-E. There's lots of blood in the N-I-L-E. There's no way the fish can live in pools of old negative. We need to set those Hebrews free. Pharaoh, won't you listen to me? I said, Pharaoh, why don't you set us free? I said, free us. It's my own new cliche, and I'll stop this plague today. There's lots of blood in the N-I-L-E. There's lots of blood in the N-I-L-E.
Pharaoh hardened his heart. He would not let those people go. So God had to send another plague. It's raining frogs. Do you see it? It's raining frogs. Hey, they are everywhere, in a house, in a bed, and they're absolutely soaking wet. It's raining frogs. Do you see it? It's raining frogs. Every specimen, small, big, yellow and green, slimy, ugly, warty and mean. Where's our God in nature? She should come and stop this soon. But she must have been knocked down by this amphibious monsoon. Where's our Egyptian gods that we held up so high? If they were here, we would ask them to stop this Moses guy. It's raining frogs, yeah. As soon as those frogs were gone, Pharaoh hardened his heart again. He would not let those people go. What choice did they have? But along came another plague.
Gnats and flies are bugging me, they're all around, why won't they leave? Round and round they're buzzing all through the land, annoying me. I've thought twice, Moses, go and make your sacrifice, and pray for me. Instinctively I'm asking you to take away these bugs, and I'll tell you that I'll set you free. respectfully I say to thee, I go and pray to God to take away these flies.
The flies and bugs were gone, but Pharaoh still had a hard heart. What were they to do? But along came another plague.
They turned our precious Nile to blood. Remember, we had no kind of water to drink. They sent all sorts of gnats and flies and bugs. I think it's time we stop and think. 'Cause now they've killed our livestock and Pharaoh won't free them. They've killed our only source of meat. We've got to let them do what they want to. Gotta save our livestock, gotta set the people free.
The livestock were dead, and Pharaoh would not end this. Hattie was right. If it didn't stop, there'd be nothing left in Egypt. The next plague had come. Boils appeared on all the people's skin. You can't imagine the pain they're in. Boils on their skin. They cried out, Pharaoh, help us, please. You know what can make this leave. But Pharaoh said no. He hardened his heart again before the Lord. He would not listen to Aaron's words and let them go. So that night the Lord came again. He sent them another plague. Whoa, another plague.
Hail keeps beating down. Oh, summons destruction, tearing up our town. Oh, summons destruction. Don't go near it. When will these plagues be here? This hail is gonna kill all those who venture out there. When you hear the sound of the hailstones outside, then you know that Moses, God, is gonna take down our pride. Hail keeps beating down. Ultimate destruction, turning out the town. Ultimate destruction, don't go near it.
So the hail came and the hail went. Pharaoh still would not let those people go. So God sent another plague.
Set us free, why don't you, Pharaoh? Let us leave, why don't you, Pharaoh? Your fields are covered with locusts, your crops can't keep hanging on. Your fields are covered with locusts, your crops can't keep hanging on. Why do you keep on changing your mind and hardening your heart? Why won't you let us worship our God and let us make a new start? Let us get out of here before we take over you. Set us free, why don't you, Pharaoh? Let us leave, why don't you, Pharaoh? Your fields are covered with locusts, your crops can't keep hanging on.
And everyone was right. How could Egypt survive this? Pharaoh would not let those people go. So God sent another plague.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Where's the sunshine? Where's the sunshine gone? The sunshine gone. Where's the sunshine? Where's the sunshine gone? The sunshine gone. Where's the sunshine?
Won't you listen to reason? You have seen all the things that our God controls, that your gods claim to have control of. The Nile, animals, man, the weather, even light and darkness are at His command.
Your God does not control everything.
There is one plague left to befall the land of Egypt.
One plague left. I've suffered through frogs in my soup, flies in my ear, darkness during the day, even the death of my livestock. What else do I have to endure? I will never let you go.
That's it, Pharaoh. You have forced us to do unto you what you did to us when I was a child. Tonight an angel of the Lord shall appear, an angel of death. And every house not marked with the pure blood of a lamb will suffer the loss of their firstborn son. For our God controls life and death. And every house not marked with the blood, the son will die. From the firstborn son that sits on the Pharaoh that sits on the throne to the firstborn son of a slave. And when it's over, your officials will beg us to leave. And the entire world will know that it was your stubbornness, Pharaoh, that brought this plague upon Egypt. Then I will leave. You have one more day. One day more. One day more, another day, another destiny, to see the kind of plan God has for me. These people I had once called mine will have to change their hearts in time one day more. I can live free when we departed. Tomorrow will be worlds away. God, my world has then they painted all their doors as they prayed to God in heaven. They will worship God on high when Pharaoh frees them from this land. One more day before the plague that will take the son of Pharaoh. My brother there. The firstborn son shall fade. Pharaoh will not keep us here. When God shows His wrath today. The time is now. The day is here. One day more.
All these Hebrews have gone crazy as they speak of death of son. I have even heard them saying they will paint their doors with blood.
Then we will be free. I can't wait to see what Moses has for me. Statue over there, fragile to the touch. Our work was never good, so Pharaoh won't miss much. One day to a new beginning. Pharaoh will not be our king. There's a new world for the winning. Do you hear the people sing? My place is out beyond the sea. One day more.
I will break these people's spirit. I will work them to their graves. I will keep them as my servants. I will keep them as my slaves. All the Hebrews have gone crazy as they speak of death of sons. I have even heard them say,
Tomorrow is the judgment day.
Tomorrow we'll discover what our God in heaven has in store. One more dawn, one more day, one day more.
Go, Moses. Take your people and leave this land. Never return. You're a plague worse than death.
If you think that is right, Pharaoh.
Pharaoh is always